Lake Havasu City morning. Slightly warm. We're going to walk around and tell you about our very cool 1966 Buick Riviera GS. Super-Wildcat. Cruise around here and kind of tell you what we know. We've actually done a full decode on this car. It is a one-owner car. It's been owned since new. The original owner lives here in Lake Havasu. Originally purchased the car in Carson City, Reno, Nevada area. It's finished in its original Shadow Turquoise. We've done a full decode on it. It's extremely rare. MZ code 1 of 179 produced by the factory, late production 1966. It's not been restored. It's been painted once about 30 years ago. Has factory wheels. It's not been modified. Presents original interior. 108,000 actual miles. All the headlights work, that type of thing. We'll get that covered for you in the video here. We did a segment at the shop where we turn them on, high beam, low beam, shut them off. They're all functional. Car is wonderfully functional, wonderfully original, I would say. I'd call it a survivor other than the refinish. All the factory trim on this car is original, dry climate style use. We spent some time under the hood decoding all the numbers on it. It has the correct MZ code, original number matching, 360 horse, 425 cubic inch dual quad V8 engine. Runs great. Drove it down here. We'll have plenty of segments of the drive. We'll point out all the little things. The paint is very nice, but obviously being 30 years old, you're going to be able to pick it for a little nick here or there, that type of thing. Rock solid undercarriage. Again, factory transmission, engine, and PY code rear differential in it, Positrack. I have the decode, full decode here in my hand. Spent several hours decoding it. Pictures with the air filter off. Look at the dual quads. All original interior on it again. Factory air conditioning. It has the factory Delco stereo radio in it, which is not functional. I tested it on the way over here. This is all original upholstery, interior, and carpet. Get you in the back seat here, headliner, that type of thing. Seat foam is starting to show some deterioration. You can see a few little flakes on the floor there. There's a couple little small impressions here that somebody could take out. Maybe somebody got mad at their girlfriend or something at some time over its lifetime here. Cool history. The owners, we're hoping to get a letter from the owner. Again, we've fully decoded this car. If you want to say rare as hen's teeth, 1 of 179 produced, I would say this one would do it. Drove it about 5 miles down here. We'll be driving it about 10 miles round trip. Again, we'll have segments of that. Beautiful rust-free body. Finished in its Shadow Turquoise, factory Shadow Turquoise. All the chrome on the car is all original to it. All the glass is original except for the front windshield. Wind's picking up a little bit. I hope the audio is going to be fine here. Shadow Turquoise is just beautiful. Body's beautifully straight. You know, they're only original once. Been painted once, but other than that, this thing is absolutely original. We'll get you under the hood and that type of thing. Back seat here. Started upright this morning, cold, no problems. Drove down here smooth. Talk about a few things when we get behind the dash here, or behind the steering wheel. VIN tag where it's supposed to be, door jamb to door jamb, power windows, power driver's seat is an option and it matches the data tag on the firewall. Remote mirror matches the data tag on the firewall. I believe one other option was rear speaker. Again, true one owner car. MZ code matching number. 108,503.8 miles on it, time of inspection. We're gonna fire it up here. We went through all the gauges, that type of thing. Starts great, runs great. It has an electric fuel pump in the ashtray here, switch. There is one missing ashtray in it. When you turn on the AC, it blows warm, kind of cool. Could use a recharge. It is the original AC, and the compressor does cycle with no bearing noises. The original Delco stereo radio is not working. The antenna, therefore, I'm not able to raise it. All the gauges work, oil pressure's good. We've been starting and running here, and it's almost 100 degrees and Havasu. Temperatures remain in the cold to normal range center. Fuel gauge works, amp gauge works. Couldn't tell you about the clock. The odometer works perfectly. We clocked it. We actually have video as we're going down the road in segments. The speedometer itself, the speedometer head could use a clean. Up to about 30, it's okay, but then it starts bouncing around a little bit. Wipers work. Headlights work like they're supposed to. We'll go ahead and turn them on, but we do have a good segment of that. They're up. Cars like this, pretty rare to find a rock solid one like this. This is March, I believe, third week of March production, which is correct for the factory 360 horse cars. The early cars were produced and the dealer could install dual quads, but this is a factory dual quad built car. 360 horse Super-Wildcat. Get in, make sure you hang on to the end of the video. All right, we'll get you underneath the hood here. The first thing we're going to talk about is sometime during the period of the life of this car, the owner didn't like how the red paint was flaking on the motor, that type of thing. So he decided he had some blue paint and he painted the engine. And the components, you can tell there's some overspray. For instance, on like that hose there, that type of thing. But it is an original engine that's never been out of the rails on the car, and transmission and rear differential. It has had a valve job done at one time. I don't have the miles on that. Correct dimple on the valve cover here. You'll see the VIN matches the car if you go to Spud's Garage, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get down there. I have a good picture for you of the MZ code. Data tags on the firewall where it belongs. These are a 360 horse Super-Wildcat, 425 cubic inch dual quad V8. Factory air conditioning, factory power steering. Air conditioning does cycle. We talked about that during the walk around when you turn it on, but it is not absolutely cold. I would call it cool warm. Hang on to the end of the video. We'll get you up on the lift and we'll definitely cover a lot more. Take you around the outside here while it's up on the lift. Has Michelin 235/75 R15s on it. These are OEM wheels. Painted once like we talked about during the walk around. Rockers. The scratch here you won't see from the top side. Solid. Again, rockers. We'll have pictures of date codes at Spud's Garage, or give us a call. Original chrome bumpers. See miscellaneous marks on them, that kind of thing. Unrestored. Your aprons here. Again, wheels. Rockers. Solid. That's also a mark. Again, original chrome front bumper. All right, we have this wonderful Buick Riviera GS Super-Wildcat MZ code engine car. 108,000 mile undercarriage here. We covered most of that during the walk around prior to this. Rock solid body. Again, Nevada, Carson, Reno area to Lake Havasu. One owner. Exhaust has been renewed at one time. So of the shocks appears recently. We've decoded everything. Pictures of date codes at Spud's Garage, AC Delco shocks, PY axle code. This is all original, rock solid. Inner rockers. Has updated exhaust or renewed exhaust with glass pack style mufflers. The transmission, again, the owner decided somewhere in its lifetime to, and we've discussed it with him, to refinish the engine and the transmission in a blue. You can see the red. Talked about that in the engine compartment. Buick brake drums up front there, aluminum. Rockers. It does have some leak. Engine transmission has never been out of the rail. All the painting was done while it was sitting in the rail. We have decoded the trans tag. It is a BS code, which is correct. Go back through one more time here. Slide this back. Give you a better view. All right, there you go. Go to spudsgarage.com. Okay, we'll get you in the trunk here. The owner, like we talked about, like we shared the panels, the owner wanted you to see the trunk in its original state, and it can be re-put together. You can do that, and you can order the mat for these. They're about $300 or $400 in the back. All original sheet metal, all original quarter panels, all original Shadow Turquoise. The spare is located in there. Bottom side of the deck was refinished when the car was refinished about 30 years ago. And there's the panels that you can install.